Good afternoon. It's June the 14th, 2017. Time to wrap up our trading day and take a look at tomorrow. We'll start with our usual disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. What a day. We started off the day with shootings in Alexandria, Virginia at the annual charity event, baseball game between the Republicans and the Democrats. And again, this amping up of the political rhetoric, this calls for violence that are everywhere these days. This is the logical outcome of all that. Divide and conquer, set one group against another, promote envy, promote it sometimes with outright lies, and this is what you're going to get. And these people, they're out there and they're very, very excitable. So that's the way we started out the day. It didn't have a lot of impact on the trading, but again, hopefully get some sense, start to get some common sense going back in Washington, D.C. Okay, we came in this morning on the E-mini and we wanted to sell failure to take out 44 basically. Lower highs, S right here was a trade that we saw in the room. That was good for 6 points based on our methodology. Then the market dies. 11 o'clock Central, we guess that we're going to hit the FOMC announcement at 24.36 or 37. We did. Market rallies. Then it starts to sell. And just regular signals out here. Here's your S, positive, S, positive. No magic right there. The software really does a good job of telling you when conditions are right for the market to rally or to sell, and we count on that. Software does most of the work for us. Higher low, higher high on the F1 says we can buy it if support holds, which would be 24.20 to 24.25. We had a B. We have the FOMC announcement. We get a move associated with that news that takes us lower, so the market was set to sell before the FOMC was announced. Now we have a lot of news tomorrow. Jobless claims 243. I don't think anybody pays attention to that. Philly Fed 26. They will pay attention to that. Empire State Manufacturing Survey at 5. Less so than the Philly. Big number tomorrow is industrial production minus a tenth, plus 0.2. Manufacturing production plus 0.2. Hard to see. We get these numbers with the recent economic news. Capacity utilization 76.8. That's higher than last month. So the news focus will be right here. We also have import-export prices, but no one will pay any attention to that. And then housing market index at 70. Imagine that will come in as forecast, maybe even higher. Natural gas, don't know. So the news focus is industrial production and technical support at 25. So 25, 27 by 1. 2022 by 2. We're back to our 34.36 sell 1. 39.41 sell 2. Do we live in interesting times or what? I mean, it's like the whole world is coming unraveled at the seams. And chaos is probably a more accurate description of what's going around the globe. And so much of it has come from just appeasement politics. And the bad guys see that as a sign of weakness. And the more you give, the more they want. It never stops until you put the genie back in the bottle. Be it domestically, where violence is encouraged. be it internationally, when violence and appeasement is definitely encouraged. And just, you can buy yourself some time, but you can't solve the problem. Okay, treasuries are up a lot today. Find a place to buy it. My guess is we'll probably have a range trade tomorrow after a trend day. That's usually what we get. So right now, obviously, selling 2707s would probably be a pretty good trade. Last rotate stopped at 31, so 31 to 03, sell 1. 7 to 11, sell 2. On the buy side, 21 to 25, buy 1. And 13 to 17, buy 2. Okay, last rotate stopped at 24. We're at 13, so we'll put 16 to 20, number 1. 23, 27, sell 1. 31 to 03, sell 2. On the buy side, 4 to 8, number 1. 29.01, buy 1. 17.21, buy 2. Today's news was not good news for treasuries. Interest rates are going higher. Gold got hammered today. And again, the problem is on gold, at least on treasuries, you can invest your money and get an interest rate. On gold, you have to liquidate your assets to get paid. And that never makes it as strong an investment. So we have an outside day right here. That's a trading range, but the fundamentals are pointed lower right now when you take into account inflation. That's a heck of a wrap, isn't it? We rally it strongly this morning. Okay, right here is support at 60. So we'll go 63, 65, sell 1. 68, 70, sell 2. Picking up this area right here. Picking up this area right there. On the buy side, 55, 57, buy 1. And 50, 52, buy 2. Stops below 1250 supply. Crude oil. Usually when crude gets whacked, the next day is a sideways trading range day. The bears are definitely out. Lower high, lower low on F1. Find a place to sell it. And folks, it is that simple. It's a very elegant solution to what's going to happen the next day. Lower high, lower low. Find a place to sell it. Higher low, higher high. Find a place to buy it. Okay, the break in the market right up here is at 45.25. We're at 44.78. So hopefully we can get a trade off against 45. Last rotate up was 44.97, so sell 1, 45 plus or minus. 45.50, 45.75, sell 2. Catching this spill right here. That's support right there. On the buy side, a little bit lower, 44 and a quarter, 44.50 by 1. Stops below, and then 43.75, 44, playing for stops below 43.77. Again, Saudi Arabia, and I think the article was pretty accurate, that Saudi Arabia can have $50 crude oil or market share, but not both. And they can work spreadsheets. They know what their revenue requirements are. They can go figure out how much they need to produce to get it at $50 oil and go out and produce that much. They do know how to calculate. Okay, the euro. Our economic data was weaker than forecast. The euro rallied. The Fed's raising interest rates much higher than they are in Europe. You could get paid on your investments in the United States. So sell the euro, and those were the two conflicts there. So early morning weak economic data took us higher. In the afternoon, the FOMC brought us back down to earth. F1 says find a place to buy it. It'll be split. Here's the FOMC announcement. So 1225, sell 1. 1250, sell 2. On the buy side, this is tough. I guess 90 to the buck is where we were. That's where we were this morning, by 1. Then 1175 by 2. Hey, that's it for another trading day. We've had another pretty good day. Guessed the FOMC correctly, or correctly assessed what they were going to do. Got crude right. Had some good entries in crude. So, pretty good day, all things considered. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we don't have to be perfect. We just have to make our business plan. And I want you to just get used to saying, well, I'm going to give it a shot here, I'm going to give it a shot there, and we're going to see what happens. And if you can adopt that attitude, it just really decrease the amount of emotional capital required to become a trader. Y'all have a great evening. It's going to be hotter than the dickens here, and hotter again even tomorrow. I'll see you bright and early in the morning.